Did you seek the names of people involved in, to unmask the names of people involved in the Trump transition, the Trump campaign, people surrounding the president-elect? Let me be clear. In order to spy on them, in order to expose them?
Absolutely not for any political purposes, to spy, expose, anything.
But did you leak the name of Mike Flynn?
I leaked nothing to nobody, and never have and never would.
Rand Paul is suggesting that you be subpoenaed to testify. Would you be willing to go to Capitol Hill?
You know, Andrea, let's see what comes. I'm not going to, sit here and prejudge.
Let's bring in member of the Foreign Relations Committee, Republican Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky. Senator Paul, always good to have you on, sir.
Thanks.
You said yesterday this is a smoking gun, the Susan Rice story. You called it an enormous deal. Why do you disagree with Bill Press?
Well, for years, both progressives and libertarians have been complaining about these backdoor searches. It's not that we're searching maybe one foreign leader and who they talk to. We search everything in the whole world. There were reports a couple of years ago that all of Italy's phone calls were absorbed in a 1-month period of time. We were getting Merkel's phone calls. We're getting everybody's phone calls. But by rebound, we are collecting millions of Americans' phone calls. If you want to look at an American's phone call or listen to it, you should have to have a warrant, the old-fashioned way, in a real court where both sides get represented. But a secret warrant by a secret court with a lower standard level because we're afraid of terrorism is one thing for foreigners, but both myself and a progressive, Ron Wyden, have been warning about these backdoor searches for years and that they could be politicized. The facts will come out with Susan Rice, but I think she ought to be under subpoena and she should be asked, did you talk to the president about it? Did President Obama know about this? So this is actually eerily similar to what Trump accused them of, which is eavesdropping on conversations for political reasons.
And again, what Senator Paul is saying is they have the ability, if you have any contact with overseas, if somebody you don't even know they're overseas contacts you, that our government has that ability to come after us is chilling precisely because it can be used for political purposes. And when Bill is saying, oh, the National Security Advisor is not political, it's somebody who serves at the pleasure of the president. And we know Susan Rice. We know her history. We know that, she spun us into the Libya war. In my memory, people who lied us into wars are not looked on as these apolitical, intelligence assets. This is a scary thing that's happening.
The objections that civil libertarians have had to this program is that you've lowered the standard. We'll spy on foreigners at a drop of the hat. We have no standard of the Fourth Amendment at all. And some of that I can agree to. But by rebound, we're collecting millions of conversations of Americans. Those should be protected by the Fourth Amendment. And frankly, I think Bill sounds a little bit more like apologist for the Democrats here than he does about someone who's concerned about the Fourth Amendment and Americans' privacy.
Senator, you did call this a smoking gun, which says that you believe this proves some sort of collusion, perhaps, between the Trump campaign and Russia. What do you believe it's a smoking gun for?
The smoking gun is that President Trump said that he was wiretapped. We don't have wires in our phones anymore. Nobody actually literally taps a wire. They might on occasion, but for the most part, we use the term wiretapping to mean eavesdropping. So now we know that someone in the Obama administration was eavesdropping and specifically searching a data bank looking for the Trump people.
Where did you
That's a big deal.
Senator, there's a difference, between incidental surveillance, which is what this was, and ordering wiretapping on an office.
I think it's a mistake.
To assert that this proves what Donald Trump said is true,
I think it's a mistake.
Irresponsible.
I think it's a mistake to downgrade this and say, oh, it was just incidental, it's no big deal. It is a huge deal that we are collecting millions of Americans' phone calls and that someone can go to a keyboard and put your name in and search it without a warrant. This is an illegal, warrantless search. This is the kind of stuff that is rife for abuse from either party. And Joe had it exactly right when he said, if Dick Cheney did this to the Obama administration, Bill and every other leftist in the country would be on the other side of this issue. It's not Senator, a partisan issue.
But you know what? It's very, very different thing to say someone in the Obama administration was surveilling, was listening to specific conversations. We just simply don't know that.
Well, here's the thing: is you can order the specific, listening device, or you can say, you know what, we already have it, and it's this amazing reverse targeting, and we have millions of people in a database, and I can be Susan Rice and go down and type Donald Trump or or General Flynn into a database, and boom, up comes all this information. Is that not the same as ordering the surveillance? They know it exists. Look, every international businessman or woman who talks overseas is in that database. Do we want political officials to be able to type in the name of Bill Gates and find out they have a deal going on in Europe?
But those names
we
are
do
supposed to
not
be
want that
masked.
to happen.
That's the point.
I believe Susan Rice abused this system, and she did it for political purposes. She needs to be brought in and questioned under oath.